To use the StratoAutomation linear reset block, to demonstrate, I've created this little example here. So first we've dragged our linear reset block flow space here, and we've set it up. So my options are, first thing, to optionally give it a name. If I don't want it to just say linear reset, I can choose a more specific name for this that'll display on top of the block instead. Then I will enter my X1, X2, Y1, and Y2. These are my points that I will use for my linear reset. And what these refer to, a little easier to explain with this graphic here. So basically I'm creating a function. I have my inputs, again, X1 and X2, Y1 and Y2. And so for a given input value, I will be somewhere along this x-axis here. So my input's my x-axis. So somewhere along this x-axis is going to be the value that I'm putting into this function. And the output is going to be, I'll go straight up to my line here. So it'll be somewhere along this line, depending on what my input value is. It'll spit out a corresponding y value that matches up with this line. So it's using these points to create this line, which allows me to interpolate a value that I put in here along my x-axis to spit out a value somewhere along this y-axis. And this is useful for like an outdoor reset or something of that nature. So once I have my x1 and y1 and x2 and y2, the last things I need to set up here are if I want to limit my output. So what this does is it constrains the output value. And basically keeps it in between all these bounds, so it can't be outside. So if my x1 is 5, if I put a value below 5, it will just basically treat that value as 5 for the output. And I'll show you what that looks like here. And then I can choose the topic of that. So with all my values set here, I've got a couple inject nodes here to simulate what the input will be and what the output will be as a result of that. So if I throw 5 in here, you'll see I put value 5 in here, it spits out 5, which is my minimum. I throw a 13, it'll jump up a little bit to 62.6. I go even higher to 36, it'll spit out almost 99. And if I go outside of I'm constrained, again, if I go below 5, it's just going to spit out 50, exactly like it would when I put 5 in here. But if I don't have this limit outputs box checked, and I deploy this, now when I hit -6, you'll see it goes below 50. Whereas before 5 and -6 were treated as the same input value. But that's how you use the StratoAutomation linear reset.